Hi, Wes Scott from Kane and Scott. Today we're going to talk about the 4 ways in which you can resolve a debt problem. If you're living in Minnesota or Minneapolis, Minnesota, and you're suffering from an overwhelming debt problem, we're sorry you're going through this. Life is terribly humbling, isn't it? I always tell people I should have had 200 DWIs. I've had none. Sometimes you just get lucky. There are 4 ways to solve a debt problem. One, you can do nothing. What happens if you do nothing? I need to know that. I'm high anxiety. Well, if you do nothing, you don't go to jail, but they get a judgment against you and they garnish your wages and freeze your bank accounts. Most of us do not want to live like that, and I certainly don't. Number 2, you can do debt consolidation. The problem with debt consolidation is it looks terrible on your credit. The payment's going to be so big you can't afford to pay it, and your family's going to suffer for years on end until the debt's gone. Sound good to you? Not to me. In the bankruptcy world, there's 2 choices: Chapter 7 bankruptcy, Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Chapter 7 bankruptcy is a reset button. You push a reset button, you get your life back. The debt's gone, you move on with your life. The problem with debt is you're always living in the past. It's like having a bad relationship. I can't keep having this conversation. And debt's the same way. You always relive why the debt's there, and that's not healthy, it's not productive. We encourage you to move on from it. Chapter 13 is the 4th choice. Chapter 13 is a government-sponsored debt consolidation plan where you make a payment back to your creditors based upon what you can afford to pay. You and I determine your payment back to your creditors, nobody else. We propose a plan payment. So if you can only afford to pay $200 a month for 3 years, it's a 3 to 5 year plan. At the end of 3 years, to the extent your creditors don't get paid off, they get wiped out tax-free forever. So if you got 50 grand worth of debt and only pay 5 grand of it, the rest of it gets wiped out tax-free. When you are ready, click that button and get your life back today. We're waiting to hear from you. You'll be glad you did. Thanks for listening.